Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Hi there. Ever wonder what is one thing that bonds all the natives of planet Earth together? It's diversity, that we didn't bother to migrate somewhere else in the solar system. You can see 200 countries on the map, all incorporated with different cultures, traditions, customs and history. Today, we're going to tell you about some of the most unique and unusual modern-day settlements. These thriving communities in various parts of the world are known to maintain their traditional sacredness for centuries. Number 10. Quan Luo. Do you remember this amazing bedtime story, Rapunzel? A girl with gorgeous long hair? If you think you can only find Rapunzel in fairy tales, then these amazing women of Quan Luo village in southwest China will prove you wrong. The female members of this Yao ethnic group have grown an average of 4.5 feet long hair, and what's astonishing is they only ever cut their hair once in their lives, and this event takes place usually before they get married. This ancient tradition of keeping long hair and wearing a red embroidered dress is believed to be some 2,000 years old. Local women have secrets to keep their hair healthy, smooth and shiny. Want us to reveal the secret? They wash their hair using glutinous rice and water from the nearby river. If you were curious as to why these women let their hair grow so long, it's because they believe it brings longevity, wealth and good fortune. The longer the hair, the more fortunate one will be. Number 9. Cuta Kalakh. People are communicating in sign language for over centuries. The construction of these sign languages is common to the deaf communities around the world. But up in the jungle of northern Bali, Indonesia, there's a unique settlement in Bengkala village famous for its special type of sign language, Cuta Kalakh. The word Cuta Kalakh literally translates into deaf talk, and this sign language is only known to the natives of this town. Bengkala has an unusually large proportion of the population that's born deaf, something that locals for many years attributed to a curse of two ancient fighters who fought with magical powers and cursed each other to be deaf. But recent studies conducted by scientists have revealed that the high percentage of deafness in the community is primarily caused by a recessive gene known as DFNB3. The amazing thing about this community is all the villagers in Bengkala have adapted to a deaf lifestyle. Hearing students learn this ancient sign language together with deaf ones. Normally, people in the village use speaking and sign language at the same time. As a result, nearly everyone knows Cuta Kalakh. Number 8. Chinese Singapore. Would you leave your home unlocked and doors wide open and feel safe? Probably not. But you would be amazed to know about this quaint village called Shani Singapore in Maharashtra, India, which is famous for the fact that no house in this village has any doors or locks, not even commercial buildings like banks and post offices. Everything is unguarded. The residents here feel little need for security, as their religious beliefs taught them about special protection to their homes offered by Lord Shani. Locals here do believe that if a person steals anything, or does anything dishonest, he faces a sada sati, a period of 7.5 years of bad luck. That's quite a long curse, isn't it? For centuries, no theft was reported in the village. The famous temple of Lord Shani in the village has a black rock over 5 feet tall installed on a platform without a door and roof. Followers believe that Lord Shani is guarding their homes through this open door and roof. Number 7. Cruz and Manali. The rapid population growth around cities and towns seems to be one of the major challenges that various countries are trying to tackle. But these two neighboring towns, Cruz and Manali in Nebraska, have a combined population of 3. Yes, you heard it right, just 3. According to the 2010 census, Manali is the only incorporated municipality in the United States with a population of 1. Elsie Eiler, an 84-year-old lady, fills every role in the town's government and the business community. She's the mayor, clerk, treasurer, librarian and bartender of this tiniest town. Perks of being the only resident, right? Not far from Manali is another almost ghost town, Cruz. It's more populated than Manali. It has 2 residents, Mary and Mike Finnegan. For 33 years, the couple and their restaurant, the Nebraska Inn, have kept Cruz on the map. Initially, the town had a population of 600 people, but when railways and highways were built, they skipped right over Cruz. Small towns, big stories, right? Number 6. Santa Cruz del Islote. In our list, we've already discussed how it feels to be the only resident in the entire city, but what if you chose to live in the world's most densely populated island? You can take a 2-hour boat ride off the coast of Colombia from Cartagena to reach Santa Cruz del Islote. It's so small that the residents have to use neighbouring islands for a cemetery. Children go to school on the neighbouring mainland, and all recreational and sports activities have to take place off the island too. People live in tiny one-storey houses linked by a maze of alleyways. The island has a total surface area of only 0.012 square kilometres. Santa Cruz was discovered about 150 years ago by some wandering fishermen from Baru who were looking for a shelter. They noticed that the island had no mosquitoes, a rarity in the Caribbean, and decided to stay permanently. Just a few decades down the line, a pretty big community is now native to this tiny piece of land. Number 6. Giethoorn. The Netherlands is already world famous for its natural landscapes, windmills, cheese markets, and its extensive networks of beautiful canals. The Giethoorn town is one classic example, famously known as Venice of the North. Located in the Dutch province of Overijssel, Giethoorn village is also surrounded by canals and bridges. There are no conventional roads, just well-marked paths that can only be accessed by boat or on foot. The village was first settled around the 13th century by Franciscan monks to serve as part of a large nature reserve. Currently, Giethoorn is home to less than 3,000 people. The tourists who visit this place usually remain mesmerized by its untouched beauty, Bohemian canals, small wooden bridges, colorful flowers and scenic 200-year-old homes. The main means of transportation through the canals are via a canoe, kayak or whisper boat. Even the postman uses a boat to deliver the mail. Take a boat trip on the canals of this Dutch Venice and experience it all by yourself. Number 4. Kamikatsu. Located on the Japanese island of Shikoku, Kamikatsu village residents have shown a next-level commitment towards sustainability by recycling their wastes for nearly 2 decades. Kamikatsu residents are on a mission to become a zero-waste town by the end of 2020, and they seem right on track. Their recycling rate is 60% more than the rest of the country. Amazing, isn't it? But how has this little town achieved this top recycling rate? This all began when the Japanese government made the villagers aware of the dangerous chemicals associated with burning garbage. Eventually, Kamikatsu residents decided to follow this ambitious goal of going totally waste-free. They started separating household waste in 45 different categories to recycle it. Residents are also incentivized to avoid single-use products. The campaign of Kamikatsu has inspired many around the globe who desire to emulate the scheme in their own communities. Number 3. Illa Euros. Ever been to floating islands? No. Then you should plan a visit to Peru to view these unique floating Euros islands on Lake Titicaca. Just 7 kilometers east of Puno, these eccentric-looking islands are Lake Titicaca's top attraction. Approximately 80 islands in Euros are built only with the layers of totora, an aquatic plant that grows on the surface of Lake Titicaca. These islands are inhabited by Euros people for centuries. In fact, they're believed to be one of the oldest cultures of the continent, which dates back to pre-Inca times. Euro people make their living from fishing and selling their reed handicrafts to tourists. Ancient Euros used to say that they had black blood because they didn't feel the cold. Sometimes they call themselves Lupihake, sons of the sun. Euros are considered to be the most direct descendant of a people that spoke the Puquina language. Though most of their language has been lost in history, they continue to maintain their identity and some old customs. Number 2. Piplantry. How amazing would it be to plant a tree every time a baby is born on planet Earth? Today, we're going to tell you about these incredible people who are actually planting trees every time a girl is born in their village. In most of the Indian subcontinents, the birth of a daughter is not considered as a blessing. But Piplantry village occupants defy all the omens and prophecies surrounded by a girl birth. They actually honor a newborn baby girl by planting 111 trees. That's right, every time a little girl is born, villagers plant a set of 111 trees. The family who welcomes a newborn girl take care of these plants until the girl gets mature. Following this unique tradition, Piplantry has become a symbol of females' new life in India. Since 2007, they've planted over 1.5 million trees. India is definitely a proud home to some incredible communities. Number 1. Dongwon. Teenage boys always fantasize to have more than one girlfriend at a time, but definitely they are shrewd enough to keep it a secret, right? But if you're not good at keeping secrets, you should consider migrating to this Chinese city, Dongwon. Here, people feel embarrassed to have only one girlfriend. Wait, what? Yes. The city is one of the industrial hubs in China and has mostly attracted female workers. Because there are so many women, you can keep multiple girlfriends, and it's perfectly normal for a girlfriend to share her boyfriend with other women. In fact, most of the time, all the girlfriends of one particular person know each other well. People in Dongwon say it's easier to find a girlfriend than a job in this town. It seems a city of heaven, right? Don't get excited. Most of the women go back to their native towns in search of a partner once they decide to have a permanent relationship. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.